Chapter 6. Adjectives. Let's learn adjectives. An adjective is a word used to describe or qualify a noun or a pronoun. Let's learn kinds of adjectives. There are different kinds of adjectives. Adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, adjective of number, demonstrative adjective, interrogative adjective, possessive adjective. Adjective of quality. It describes the nature and the attribute of a noun or a pronoun. For example, square, golden, thoughtless, rare, etc. Adjective of quantity. It shows the approximate amount of a noun or a pronoun. For example, few, little, enough, all, many, etc. Adjective of number. It indicates the number of a noun and its place in a sentence. Adjectives of number can be as follows: definite, 1, 2, second, tenth, etc. Indefinite, few, some, several, etc. Distributive, each, every, either, neither, etc. Remember, a little and a few means some. Little and few means hardly any. Demonstrative adjective. It indicates a particular noun or a pronoun. For example, this, these, that, and those. Interrogative adjective. It is used to ask a question and is placed before the noun in a sentence. For example, where, which, what, and whose. Possessive adjective. It shows possession or ownership. For example, my, our, your, her, his, their, its, etc. Remember, some nouns function as adjectives when they are used to describe a noun. For example, war stories, cricket ball, boat race, head master, etc. Let's learn position of adjectives. Adjectives are usually positioned before a noun or a pronoun that they modify. Attributive adjectives come before the noun they modify. They attribute specific traits or qualities to a noun. For example, he is a brave boy. She is a wealthy woman. Predicative adjectives are placed after verbs. For example, Dola is kind. He looked worried. Adjectives are also placed after words such as something, everything, anything, nothing, somebody, anywhere, etc. For example, let us sit somewhere quiet. I have not done anything extraordinary. When two or more adjectives come before a noun, they are usually separated by commas. For example, a large, round tub, a short, fat puppy. Let's learn formation of adjectives. Adjectives can be formed from nouns, verbs, and other adjectives by making some changes. Noun, adjective. Absence, absent. Hope, hopeful. Expense, expensive. Accident, accidental. Envy, envious. Verb, adjective. Tire, tiresome. Play, playful. Talk, talkative. Help, helpful. Cease, ceaseless. Adjective, adjective. White, whitish. Correct, corrective. Comic, comical. Right, righteous. Red, reddish. Adjectives are formed from nouns by adding suffixes. Noun, suffix, adjective. Boy, ish, boyish. Pink, ish, pinkish. Cheer, full, cheerful. Doubt, full, doubtful. silk, N, silken, gold, N, golden. Adjectives are formed from verbs by adding suffixes. Verb, suffix, adjective. Hope, less, hopeless. Enjoy, able, enjoyable. Approach, able, approachable. Help, full, helpful. Care, full, careful. Talk, active, talkative. Act, if, active. Let's learn degrees of comparison. Positive degree of adjective is used when we describe a single person, place or thing. For example, it is a nice bag. She is a kind woman. Comparative degree of adjective is used to compare any two people, places or things. Then is added after the comparative to indicate one of two. Most adjectives can be transformed to the comparative form by simply adding er. For example, Sheila's hair is longer than mine. This house is bigger than the previous one. Superlative degree of adjective is used to compare more than two people, places or things. The is added before the superlative to indicate one of many. Most adjectives form the superlative form with the addition of est. For example, that was the biggest ice cream cone I ever had. This is the most exciting trip of my life. Formation of comparative and superlative degrees. In adjectives with one syllable, we add er to form the comparative and est to form the superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative. Bright, brighter, brightest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Old, older, oldest. Swift, swifter, swiftest. Great, greater, greatest. When the positive degree ends with a, we add r to form the comparative and st to form the superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative. Noble, nobler, noblest. Pale, paler, palest. White, whiter, whitest. Safe, safer, safest. Wise, wiser, wisest. When the positive degree ends with y, we drop the y and add ier to form the comparative and iest to form the superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative. Costly, costlier, costliest. Dry, drier, driest. Wealthy, wealthier, wealthiest. Breezy, breezier, breeziest. Dirty, dirtier, dirtiest. When the positive degree ends with a consonant and is preceded by a vowel, we double the consonant and add er to form the comparative and est to form the superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative. Dim, dimmer, dimmest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Slim, slimmer, slimmest. Glad, gladder, gladdest. When the adjectives of two or more syllables do not end in y or er, we add more to form the comparative and most to form the superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative. Brilliant, more brilliant, most brilliant. Splendid, more splendid, most splendid. Immense, more immense, most immense. Difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Handsome, more handsome, most handsome. Some adjectives change completely to form the comparative and the superlative degrees. They are known as irregular adjectives. Positive, comparative, superlative. Bad slash ill, worse, worst. Good slash well, better, best. Late, later, latest. Little, less, least. Much slash many, more, most. Interchanging the degrees of comparison. Degrees of comparison of an adjective can be interchanged in a sentence without changing its meaning. A superlative sentence can be changed into a comparative sentence. For example, Alan is the tallest boy in the class. Superlative. Alan is taller than any other boy in the class. Comparative. A comparative sentence can be changed into a superlative sentence. For example, gold is more precious than any other metal. Comparative. Gold is the most precious of all metals. Superlative. A comparative sentence can be changed into a positive sentence. For example, India is larger than any other democracy in the world. Comparative. No other democracy in the world is as larger as India. Positive.